could just run them red lights. We could just
A flashing
run
yellow light
them
means
red
vehicle must
lights.
proceed through the intersection with caution. A flashing red light means vehicle must treat the intersection as a stop sign, or come to a complete stop, look both ways, then proceed. A vehicle with flashing red must give the right-of-way to anyone with a flashing yellow.
Momentum depends on mass and velocity. Therefore, larger vehicles have larger momentums. In any collision, an object experiences a force. These forces act for an amount of time which is known as an impulse. Impulses change the momentum of a collision. There is much kinetic energy while driving, but it is transferred during collision. There are several forces acting on moving vehicles and the people in them. Friction force, gravitational force, and normal force are the forces in a collision.
The coefficient of friction for the truck was 0.53. The coefficient of friction for the car was 0.77. The speed of the truck before the collision was 12.52 meters per second. The speed of the car before the collision was 12.78 meters per second. The speed of the truck after the collision was 10.79 meters per second. The speed of the car after the collision was 11.09 meters per second. The car did not stop at the red light, and it had an axis of 3.95 meters per second.
After much examination, we have come to the conclusion that both Mrs. Frank and Mr. Smith are at fault, with Mrs. Frank more so. We're looking at Colorado driving laws, and any person with a red flashing light needs to stop and gives up any right-of-way. With our calculations, we discovered that Mrs. Frank did not come to a complete stop. She drove through the red light, which led to a collision. As for Mr. Smith, the velocity he provided, 6.7 meters per second, was wrong. He gave a false testimony and lied about his speed. It has been concluded that Mrs. Frank is the main cause of the accident, even though Mr. Smith lied about his speed. We now have a brief model of the accident for you.
We could just run them red lights. We could just run them red lights.